Yo, 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 it's the Black King Goku in the house. First of all, I apologize if I sound like I'm sick, and I'm not. It's my ear stuffed up. Anyway, that's before we get this started. So, this guy called Jackmate. I will show him just right quick. He doesn't know me, but I know him. I never really met in person or anything, but I've seen a couple of his videos. You see, a while back, he brought up about somebody else, which I'm not going to talk about what subject was going on there. But they're kind of related. This time, he's talking about a guy having, well, inappropriate relations. And I mean, not just relations, I mean, you know, literally doing the do with his car. So, before that, I want to say, if he's ever going to watch this, his name is Jackmate. Jack, he's in England, I guess. I want to say, because what's sound like he has an accent. Anyway, I respect him. I respect his opinion. As a matter of fact, I respect your opinion, so what you got to say. All that. But I had to make it a point here that, number one, I shouldn't say can't. I was thinking about saying it, but you should not ever tell someone to stop, because look, man, it don't work. If that were the case, why can't we get people to stop smoking then? You know what I'm saying? You know, and stop drinking alcohol. Oh, that's right, it don't work. They have to be able to decide to do this themselves, okay? That's all I'm saying on that. I agree, it's a disgusting thing. 2, it's none of our business. 3, it should not be on the internet. I think it's plain freaking ridiculous that we have to be subjugated to all this crap that really isn't any of our business, because it's what they want to do. As long as you're not, you know, doing something that they're not really supposed to do that's against, you know, nature, like, you know, doing it with their kids. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever they do behind doors is their own business. But honestly, man, I ain't trying to be no judger. I ain't the judge or the executioner or the jury. And I don't think you ought to be either. I mean, you have a great opinion, and I respect that. But as far as telling them to stop, man, that's ridiculous. It ain't gonna work. That's like trying to get someone to stop taking illegal drugs. Man, you can't get nobody to stop just by saying stop. Man, you need to stop your car, man. Dude, I understand what you're saying, but it's more like he needs to stop showing his stupid ass business on the internet. It's more like that's what he needs to stop doing, because it ain't none of our damn business. We don't need to know. Honestly, man. I mean, do you really want to know that I've been whacking the wanker at home? No, man, you don't want to know that. Why should I publicly announce that? That's just stupid. I mean, not that I have, but, you know, whatever. But if I had, I don't think I should be publicly broadcasting it. It's my dirty laundry. It's what I do at home, you know, behind my doors. It's the reason why they have bedroom doors, man. Anyway, I'm just saying, I mean, it's ridiculous. What we do at home, and yeah, there are things that we should not make exceptions for, but there are things we should. But there are pros and cons with everything. So, yeah. And speaking of which, you know, I know you cheated. There's something else I was going to talk about, but I forgot. I done forgot. Christian. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's just that, and, you know, oh, they were doing this thing about Alexa and Google and Siri, well, they all suck in my opinion. And that being, before you get the wrong idea, I think they're all great products. I think they're all great. However, that does not mean every aspect of it is correct, because they cannot literally understand every accent, everything you say, even if it's in a foreign language, translated to English. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Stupidest crap they could ever come up with. See, we're not exactly perfect, but we have come a long way with technology, and we have. Hence why we have Androids. Back in my day, we didn't have Androids. In fact, back in my day, oh, you're still too young to have a back in your day, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, I did have a back in your day. I had nothing. I didn't have computers. And when I did have a thing, it was a console. I go to a friend's house, and the first thing I ever owned, I was still an age, I mean, we had game board games. If you wasn't doing game board big games, and you weren't doing nothing, of course, back when my time came along, games were still kind of coming in, and game board games were still a thing. So if you weren't doing either one, then there was something wrong with you, I guess. I mean, I don't know, I can't really say that. But basically, back in my day, you know, we didn't even know what the hell a cell phone was. I mean, yeah, cell phones were around, but we didn't hardly associate with that. We still had dial-up when it came down later on, and then we had when I was growing up a little bit later on, well, when I was an adult, mind you. But anyway, and then they had what do you call that crap? We had, you know, those dial phones with the rotary crap on them and stuff like that. We had that. We had the inline stuff. You know, having a landline, all that baloney. We had that. And now I'm like 30-something years old. And by the time I become around 30 is when, or close to, is when they started to come out with Androids. Now, when they got better with cell phones, is when I was 20-something years old. Hell yeah, that's how old I am. You bet your ass. I don't like to swear that much, but you know what I'm saying. So basically, all y'all better, you know, be grateful for what you got. Because I mean, in my time, there wasn't no Siri, there wasn't no Alexa. You might have had Google, but that wasn't when I was a kid. We barely even had internet when I was growing up. I was growing up, the closest thing I had to internet was nothing. I didn't even know what the hell a strategy guide was. I just basically became my own strategy guide. I beat these old games for a long, long time before I came on. And like I said, the next console I went to was PlayStation. That was it. I had a choice when I was growing up. See, it was a gift to me, actually, when I first started out. I was gifted 3 things when it came to game things. Number 1, I had a Super console, specifically on Super Nintendo, and then I had 2 games given to me, which later became my favorite. The more I played them, and that was before before I was introduced to Suikoden. Suikoden became another favorite I didn't know nothing about till much later on. And so, you know, as a matter of fact, it was a great game. So, but anyway, when the next thing came out, I had a choice. I could either go on with Nintendo 64 or PlayStation, because 2 of my favorites were separated, going to 2 different consoles. While Zelda constantly stayed with Nintendo, and I believe it's still kind of with this today, this day. Final Fantasy went on to their own console, to a different console generation, including mobile and PC. So, yeah, not every game was ported to PC, but you can play them on PC, which is odd as crank. So, anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, I don't remember now. But, you know. Anyway, shortly I will be getting on Suikoden. I said I was going to do this slowly, and I meant it. So, yeah. I'm going to do something different from what I posted on Facebook. I've actually changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post up one video and record a couple. That way I can, you know, spread them out until I have enough backlog, and that way we have something to go on to. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to record 3 games. One goes up a day. Just a day. And I might record something else in the meantime. And try to find something else I can fill in the gap. It was going to be a little bit different, what I should say anyway. Because that's what I said I was going to do, fill in the gap. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and post up one game and try to fill up the gaps between the, you know, what I'm going to post in between with something. I hate to put vlogs in there, but I will, and I'll do it with the gameplay, even though it won't be anything of a let's play itself, but it will be. And I apologize if the mic is a little off because the middle pin broke off into my new phone. Yeah, just a little bit of it. It's crazy. So yeah, and you know, anyway, alright. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about now. I don't know what's the deal with, you know, Overlord and High School DxD, which I'm going to quit watching. Anyway, Black Clover oddly seems to still be going on. They haven't even come up with another season yet, but hey, whatever. High School DxD, I guess, has just finally ended. There was another show that I watched that ended that wasn't even really like a final episode. Just like, you know, what was the name of that show? Oh yeah, The Devil's a Part-Timer. It's a great show. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. So, yeah. Yeah. So, you know. Anyway. That is that, as they say. Peace and peace out. Live long and prosper, and look forward to some Suikoden videos in the future. What I will do is I will get a nap, I guess, and then start recording. Alright, I'll see you guys later. And this will not be posted until sometime later. I already got a few videos posted as of today's date, which is August the 13th. Oddly enough, I'm going to a party to celebrate my birthday early, because I can't do the party then on my birthday and do that. So, yeah. Well, anyway, later.